Apex Legends is the flavour of the moment. Everybody is talking about it, and it's apparently had a player count of over 10 million in just 3 days. It came out as essentially a surprise, booming straight into Origin as a free-to-play battle royale. There was no waiting, no hype, just a release. This worked in the game's favour. It generated a lot of press almost immediately, and because there was no time for people to watch trailers and talk about what the game would be like before release, nobody really had any preconceived notions or expectations. Essentially, people just tried it for themselves. So I've tried it for myself too. If you've played any battle royale game, then you'll know what to expect from Apex. You're dropped onto an island with no weapons, with 59 other players, and you have to scrounge for equipment, whilst also being aware of a shrinking ring. Staying outside the ring will get you killed, but going in too close to the centre will mean you'll probably run into a lot more gunfire. The slight spin on the genre is that instead of going in alone, you're always as a team of 3. This means that a lot of the game is based around team play, and it works really well. The community so far, from my experience, has embraced this, and you don't get players that simply go off on their own. People are genuinely working as a team, and it's fun to see. The way the game is built means that team play is very streamlined. The middle button on the mouse acts as a ping button, and by selecting anything in the environment, you can make your teammates aware of it. From weapons and loot, to enemies and suggestions of places to go, it means that there are no problems with language barriers or for players that don't use microphones. In general, the game is built very well. It's just very easy to control your player. Everything is very slick. I've already mentioned the communication is simple, but getting around the world is too. Hitting left control will let you slide along the ground, whilst hitting Q or Z lets you use a special move for that character. Tab brings up your inventory, and everything else is standard shooter controls. There's no problem with control in this game, it just simply works. It's based in the Titanfall universe, but if you haven't played Titanfall like myself, then you're not really missing out. Apart from some references and the general way it controls, I don't think it borrows much from those games. This game borrows some aspects from games like Overwatch or MOBAs like Dota. Every game you can choose one of 6 legends, or 8 if you've unlocked the final 2. These each have their own unique abilities, such as being able to fire smoke grenades and calling in airstrikes, to deploying shields and using a zipwire. They're each unique enough that you'll find one that fits your playstyle. However, the good thing is that they are not so different that each one is impossible to learn and play as. It's really simple to pick and play any of them and learn how they play very quickly. The differences are really the abilities, and since there is only 2 and 1 passive, learning a new legend is a piece of cake. In terms of the weapons and equipment you'll find around the map, it's pretty standard stuff. Shotguns, sniper rifles, machine guns, modifications for these weapons, medkits, shields and more. There's nothing particularly to say about the weapons in the game. The matches can last anywhere between 30 seconds and 14 minutes, depending on how good you and the other players are. It's very easy to die quickly, so it's important that you work as a team. Make sure you stick together and heal whenever you can. Now, the thing that will put off a certain cadre of gamers is that it's free to play. The reason this puts off a lot of people is that it often means a game is plagued by microtransactions. Well, the game does have microtransactions, but I think they are of the acceptable kind. The store lets you purchase new skins, quips and things to snazz up your profile, as well as 2 additional legends. Most of this is completely cosmetic, which is the right way to do things, apart from of course the 2 additional legends. I think from looking at the interface of the store and the overall game, there will be a lot of emphasis put on additional legends going forward, so I reckon if the game has legs, there will be a lot more in that portion of the store in the future. Whether or not that is a problem is up to you. Currently, the 2 additional legends fit nicely into the rest of the lineup, but if they introduce a character that is clearly broken and superior to others, then it'll get a reputation for being a pay-to-win game. I think Respawn is going to have to be very careful to ensure that any new legends they add to the game are as balanced as they can be. The other way to unlock things is to play the game and get packs, but this progress is generally very slow and the chances of you getting something you actually want is quite slim. I think Apex is pretty good. It has that battle royale feeling, the constantly increasing tension as the game goes on and as the ring shrinks, that means your hands get sweaty and your eyes glued to the screen. I've only won 1 match so far, but it's a great feeling when you get a win. I really like the fact the game is based around playing as a team, and I think it adds something that this genre needed. That being said, it doesn't do anything majorly different from other battle royales, so if you are someone that is heavily invested into one of their games in this genre, I don't think there is anything that will tempt you away. For someone like me though, that doesn't really play them, the slick interface of controls, the excellent optimisation of the performance and graphics, and the overall ease of getting into it and learning the ropes mean that it's a great choice. My final words are that it's free to play, so you might as well give it a go. I don't think anyone is going to be particularly blown away by Apex, but it's a type of game I can see myself playing every now and again for a long time.